So
yeah,
tell us about the vision of IMAC Academy.
The vision of IMAC Academy is to make sure that, all these, impressive talents in Nigeria is actually the people get to see what we are made of, that we can train people with. We expect our training sessions to be very, very rigorous. We just need to, stress you as much as possible, a whole lot more than the world, and after which we expect to take you through not just building up a portfolio by building products, or by doing things for about 6 months, where you really get very, very good before you now go into real world. Sometimes if we think your skills are really up there, we may start to shop you before the 6 months are over. I have a friend who does this. He's been doing it for 15 years. He's really very big in a lot of African countries. Some people just gave him some venture capital money of, I think, 67 million to get African talents to work in technology, mainly in the United States. But what he told me is that he actually does 1 year orientation, but he can do that and ask for it and get it now because he has a reputation for, like all the people that finish the orientation will get a job with him. And another thing is, his question to me was that it's not the brain, it's just the attitude. The attitude to work is called so laissez-faire. So it's one of the things that IMAC Academy wants to do is, even during the training, we're looking for that kind of commitment of professionalism, that you actually come to class and you are engaged for that period when you're in class, where you actually participate and, all those kind of things that be needed in real life. You have to start exhibiting it. It's not going to organically, magically appear one day just because you finish passing the exams. So what we are looking for people who are really, work very hard and just say, this is something I want to do, and have the commitment to it that it requires, and then be able to really excel at it. So the reason why I make it free is there are 1,000, UiPath has 1,000 universities. Most of them are universities and some institutions in the world that they are allowed to teach their course, teach this course. I know for sure all the ones I've ever known, they charge a fee. We are not charging a fee. Our business model is we think anybody that has the brains or the commitment should have the opportunity to do it. And then we're not also doing it for free, even though we're giving the class away for free. Those people that work with us, we're going to support them in a way that people who are independent may not get the support. We're going to give them the training. We're not just going to throw them on a job. And then they're going to feel supported. And they will know that, we're going to give them all the equipment, all the tools to do a very, very good job. So from hiring to the end, to the client, to our clients that we know here, we expect to make some profit by, we have employees who are guaranteed a job and telling the clients, okay, this is how much we're going to charge you for this client, and we expect to make profit in there. So we're actually running a business, but in running it, I think we feel we can do some good. And people, whether you work with us or not, and some people who because we're not going to take everyone at the end. We're going to look for the cream of the crop who have agreed to work with us. And then, so, yeah. So I'm going to, because my time is up, I can see that I've actually spent more time than I should.
Okay, thank you, sir. We're going to come back to you with questions during question and answer time. So I'm going to hand over to our instructor, Ebenezer Obideyi. Over to you, sir.
All right. Good evening, everyone. Can anyone hear me?
Yes, we can hear
Good
you, sir.
evening, sir.
Good evening.
Oh,
Good evening,
oh,
sir.
Yes,
thank
we
you.
can hear you. Good evening.
Oh,
Yeah,
thank you.
you.
Yes, I'm Ebenezer Obidei, and well, yes, I have my aspect that I take in Gradida. I'm an instructor. Our CEO just finished speaking with us, and uh, I'm an instructional designer and a coursework developer. That's an aspect that I major part of my PhD in. So that's why some of my colleagues in
Who is
Granada,
calling me now to disturb?
Dr. Hiben. Okay, Hiben actually is a yeah, I have passion for knowledge bases that are required for functional society and for thriving business models. Yeah, yes, with some group knowledge in course design, instructional techniques, educational software, and business-oriented technology, which is an aspect that I major on at the moment. I've been involved in some design and development solutions, and right now we have a subcrop of students that if we have trained, yes, some weeks back, months back, and they are doing well. They've passed their RPA associates and advanced exams, and they are really doing well because the solutions, things they are putting together, it's really great. Yeah, yes. To get to know me, I'm both an academic and administrative person, and I've served as a resource person, a facilitator in a number of programs and trainings, and also, of course, currently as an instructor in IMAC Academy. I'm an associate lecturer with the Center for General Studies, University of Ibadan, one of the universities in the southwest Nigeria. I take people on the undergraduate entrepreneurship courses, and right now, why the drive of RPA has been on, seeing where our society lies, seeing where things are going. When I talk about society, I mean I'm talking about the global society, which actually does not have wars. Now we have things going on. We have companies. We see companies changing their business models, wanting more effective and scalable solutions that can bring about effectiveness in their operations. And so I would just like to say a few things about why we are here. I mean, the RPA, which is the cruise of this training. I mean, of this webinar. All right. Definitely, we have a lot of tasks and responsibilities in life, business matters, and of course, some of them has to do with scheduling appointments, managing mails, and all of this. It has really made companies to run a lot of materials, push a lot of materials into investment in such a way that their ROI, their return on investment, has not been too friendly, has not been fantastic. And so we have also people, technology experts, driving some changes at some other hands, and this is what has brought about the robotics process automation. And to simply dwell on that, the RPA, which we call RPA, the robotics process automation, I want to talk about the R first. And the R stands for robotics. It's needful for me to clarify this. Robotics, in this sense, we're talking about software robots. Now, it's not the humanoid type of robots, the one that has the one that is touchable. We are talking about software, making software do your jobs for you. making software, schedule your appointments, manage your mails, organize your files, download things for you while you are seated doing some other value-driven activities that are related to your business. Okay, so this is an aspect that the RPA caters for. And of course, the P, which stands for process, it tells you about what should happen from one stage to the other. And of course, everything is built on an automation model. And so this is what RPA helps to do. It's useful. Hello. Yeah, it's very useful in helping to do what humans should have done on a good day. So if your passion is to see jobs to be done in a more effective way, I will tell you that you are just in a good place. Technology will help you do that, and you will be behind that technology driving those changes. All right, so RPA is not just the technology of the past, though it's a recent development, and it's not just a technology of the present, it's a technology of the future. And so you putting your neck into this, it's going to actually make you a relevant person for not just today, but for the future. And I really want to encourage you to put your neck into this. It's really help. It really help. Okay. Now, other things that I feel you should also know about RPA, it's about how it has helped in executing processes, business processes. It gives increased execution and expedite actions when it comes to business processes. It helps in reducing the cost of production, and it gives accuracy. So just imagine that once someone has started with the task to scan or to get the names of clients that have subscribed to a particular package, and you are working with a multinational that you have a lot of clients in their thousands and their mostly thousands, and then how do you do that? If you are going to put that on a person, it's going to be a lot of work. But then you can be the engineer behind the software that will do this job in a matter of minutes. So this is what we are talking about. All right. So where is RPA? Where is it really useful? It's useful in banking and finance, insurance, healthcare, manufacturing, travel, transportation, logistics, customer service, aspects of business. All right. So when you come into RPA, you have different places where you can feature. It's not just in a place. You're not just boxed to a place. You can feature in the sales. I mean your product. When I say you, I mean your products can feature in sales department, human resources. It becomes useful at operations units, information technology, supply chain, and finance and accounting. It has relevance in a number of places. You as a developer and as a designer, you can do something that becomes the key tool that gives survivor to a company. And you are not just attached to a company, you become a solution giver to different companies, remotely, whichever way. So I want to encourage you to come into this. Yeah, we have learning materials, free learning materials from UiPath, and of course, iMac Academy is offering free training to us. And I believe that if you come around, you will see me come June 6th, that's Monday, and then we'll see, and then we have more things to share. All right, so I would like to just stop at this point and allow the next person to take over. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, our instructor, Dr. Obideyi. Thank you, sir. So I'm going to hand over to our CEO. He's going to talk about opportunities in RPA globally. You learned what RPA is from our instructor. So over to our CEO now. So let's hear from you. What are the opportunities? What are the things to gain from learning RPA?
Okay, good afternoon, everyone. You know, Dr. Obide has stolen a lot of my time because he actually explained very, I mean, glowingly a lot of points I expect to make, which is the importance of RPA, what it does, and how useful it is. For an example, the company, I mean, there are many RPA companies. RPA stands for Robotic Process Automation. But the one we're studying is by a company called UiPath. The version, they have different flavors. Each kind of specializes in it. There are other versions by other companies. But UiPath is a leader in our robotic process automation. The day they were going to go public, they were hoping to be valued at $3 billion. They went public on that day at $43 billion, $40 billion more than they were open for. So what that indicates is that there's a real need out there for this product and this skill set, so that people need it. But also in consonance with that is there's the pandemic taught people never really thought of remote employment as an option before. But when the pandemic came and they saw that, oh man, talent is actually universal. What is not universal usually is opportunities. And the companies tried to see that they could get the same brain anywhere pretty much in the world. Basically, I actually always believe that you have 10,000 people. It doesn't matter what culture. I know sometimes you think some people are either smarter or some people are not as smart. But if you take 1,000 people and you give them equivalent or equal opportunities, they actually almost going to perform exactly the same. It doesn't matter. We know that now, at least science has proved it. So robotic process automation, what it does is what Dr. Obide explained. And there are a lot of companies that have needs for it. Lots of companies for the first time, if pandemic had never happened, I would say 90% of them would not have considered it. But the opportunity opened up during the pandemic because they didn't even have their own workers. So it becomes a matter of scale. Somebody working from home 10 miles away or 10,000 miles away, doesn't matter. If you have technology, there are things, we have some challenges in our case. We don't have very reliable electricity. We don't have, somebody has to go to, we don't have reliable, in some cases, internet service. So what we want to do is, not for everyone, but all the people, when you sign up for the course, you have an option to say, okay, IMAC Academy, I'll work with your employing partner, which is Grandida. So in effect, you become one of the people we are beginning to start to look at you. We want to monitor how dedicated you would think you are, how diligent we think you are, and how quickly you pass your exams. For those people, the first few that pass will have a position for them in which they go into what you call orientation period, which we don't really pay that much for the orientation period, and it's 6 months. We only pay 50,000 naira a month. And you really have to hit the ground running the first day. You have to really start, not just the exam you pass. We now have some other courses we'll have lined up and different that we think will be relevant to groom you to make sure you're really very, very good. And like we have some people in orientation now. I mean, besides that, all the things we give them, we ask them to do 2 portfolios. We're going to form groups of 5. 5 people will be in that group. And what that means is 1 week we give you that group. So if let's say we have 15, that's 3 groups. That will be 3 groups. So each group, they will have competition 1 week. So whoever wins that competition will get, actually it's 25,000 for that week. And then the next week we do collaboration, because in real life you're expected to compete fiercely, but also to understand collaboration. And besides that, also there's some external challenges. The gentleman might be here. I don't know if you raise your hand if you're here, Mr. Kolawole. He actually has this thing with the people going through orientation. They have this thing, which is a weekly challenge in RPA. But you know that challenge is popular all over the world. But you know the guy that is in charge of it is actually in Nigeria. His name is Kolawole, Emmanuel Kolawole. So, I spoke to him. It's somebody I want to see if we can actually have any, our outfit and his have any kind of synergy where we can work together, because I'm impressed by what he's doing. So, and then besides that, also, after 3 months of orientation, we expect to give you your new laptop, the one we are looking for, one that will last maybe about 10 hours. So we want you to start simulating real work experience, where you come to work and you are there and you're doing the work and people can see you and we're looking at what you're doing. And you put in your 8 hours. So you get a computer, you get to internet access, because if one goes down, we want to make sure you have some form of redundancy. I think we have other things. You're going to get a monitor so that you're not looking at a laptop screen, keyboard. Please, somebody remind me, Joyce, what else do we have to give Tom? Anyway, we'll give them all the tools and all the support they will need to practice for 3 more months after, to be really good at what they do so that they can do their job. So, so it's not just somebody saying something.
No, go ahead, sir.
Okay. So we want to give you all those tools and want you to simulate the real work experience. And when you just come to work, you come on time, you stay throughout, you don't try to game it. Because what will happen is we have a client who says, hey, you know, we got this guy here, you know, he's gaming us. Like he logs in and they have things they monitor and they just say, oh, man, take him off, which means they're telling us to cut you off, which we will. It can even get worse than that, because on the project, you may have some other people and they'll just say, hey, we're done with you. So that means we have to now start looking for work for the other ones. But that means we're going to let you go. I mean, even the orientation, if you think you don't exhibit the seriousness we actually need, we're going to have to let you go. We're not going to. We just want people not just intelligent and dedicated. We want people who just commit to it and ready to actually become professionals. Because I'll tell you this about Americans, because somebody was asking me the other day that, don't they care about us? They just only about doing their job. Actually, yeah, they don't really care about you. You know what I mean? They don't, because right now they don't know you. They don't care. It's not a personal thing. So they just want their job done. They think they're paying a fair wage, which they will be. I mean, for some people, $2,000 a month may be, you know, I mean, they're taking a pay cut. But I would say maybe for a few people here, it's a pay raise, which is what the job is going to pay. Once you start, the day you start a job, that is what we'll be making. So that's basically it. That's what we, and you know, and another thing is, I want to tell you this, my time is up, but I want you can go on your own, and there's called ziprecruiter.com, indeed.com, and just search for jobs, remote RPA jobs, you know, on your own. I mean, so you can see, so that you'll know that, okay, there's need for it, and they pay good money for it. All right. So that's it. Thank you all.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Korede.
You're welcome, sir. So we're still going to come back to you. I see Mr. Emmanuel in the house. We'll get back to you in a moment. So I'd like to call in Mr. Timileyin. Mr. Timileyin is our technical officer. He's going to go through the registration process that is required of everyone. So you must pay attention. I know you've been listening. You must look at your screen closely and pay attention, because if you miss it here, it's going to be painful on your part. So make sure you don't miss it. So over to you, Mr. Timileyin.
Actually, if possible, just follow and register and do all the things now. So it's done. Just follow his instruction and do it as you, so you don't need to do it twice. This is an opportunity to just get those things done.
All right.
Mr.
And to help you, we're still going to send this document to your email, but make sure you pay attention now so that we don't have to repeat things all over again. Thank you. Over to you, Mr. Timileyin.
Okay, so hello everyone. My name is Timileyin Amuye. So I'll be guiding you through the steps through which you will be able to register for the website, attend your classes, and look at your course content. Now, the first thing to do is to head to the website, which you can see on the screen, highmarkacademy.tech. So once you've done that, you would notice at the top right corner of your screen, there will be a login and register button. So once you click on that, it should lead you to the next page, where if you have an account, you can log in. But since it's your first time, for those that haven't created your account, you would need to scroll to the bottom of the screen and click on the Create New Account button. After doing that, you will get directed to a page where you have to enter your information. And please, this is important because we need your information to be accurate, because these things are what to reflect on your certificates when you are done with the courses and when you are done with the orientation. After you've created your account, you will receive an email in your inbox. Please check, in case you can't find the email in your personal, check your spam or your promotions box. It happens to some people that the emails get mixed up. So make sure you check all your folders to ensure you have found the email, because from that point, if you don't confirm your accounts, you'll be able to log in. So on confirmation of your account, you will be led to the dashboard where you can find your courses, find your profile, and find other things that pertain to you on the platform. At that point, you would need to access the course you want to register for, which in this case is RPA. So you would see on the navigation bar at the top, there is a button that says courses. Once you click on that, you click on the course you want to register for, which is RPA, and that will take you to the enrollment page. At that page, you will see, sorry, next screen. At that page, you will see an Enroll Me button, which is at the bottom here. Clicking on that to grant you access to the course content. And then, next page. And then you would see all the information that pertains to the course. You will see your topics, you will see your schedule, you will see the information and introduction on the course, the tools you need. Now, to attend classes, you're going to need to have a Microsoft Teams account that has been registered with the same details as you used to create your profile.
You should mention Microsoft Teams is free.
Yes, as CEO said, it's a free account. So all you need to do is just download the app and then register. At that point, you would see a general portion of the course content where you would see your class link. When you click on that, you'll be redirected to the app, and then you click on join. Next, you click on join, and from that point, you get access to the classes which your tutors have held or are holding at that moment in time. Were the steps clear to everyone?
Yeah, I believe
Yes,
everybody
please.
gets it. Okay, so it's clear enough. And we're still going to send you an email to guide you further. Just make sure you register as soon as possible. Some people are saying they can't hear anything.
Can everybody mute, please?
Please let's go ahead and mute ourselves so that we can have the next speaker. Don't worry, if you still did not get it, we're still going to mail it to you. We're going to send it to you via email. So please mute
Sorry,
yourself.
please. Sorry to cut you. A lot of people have their mics on mute, please.
Frede, can you do a global mute?
Okay.
Please, guys, whoever has that noise, mute yourself, please. Mute yourself if you're not talking.
Excuse me, please, Mr. Korede. Please, as most people did not mute their video, help us to tell them to mute their videos so that we'll be able to be seeing the screen properly. Thank you, sir.
All right. So thank you, everyone. Thank you for the way you've been engaging. So can we turn off our videos now? Let's just focus on the screen so that we can have we can get as much as possible. Just mute yourself, turn off your camera. I know we have fine faces. Turn off your camera for tonight. All right, so we're going to go to the next thing now. If you still have questions about registering, don't worry. We're going to send it to the emails that have registered. So now I'm going to call in the female voice in our midst, Mrs. Joyce Obideyi. Thank you for being here. Please go ahead and tell us the expectations.
Thank you very much, Mr. Brady. My name is Joyce Obideyi, as rightly mentioned. I'm going to be taking you. Can you all hear?
Yeah, please,
yes, we can.
Yes. All right. Okay, thank you.
Please,
I'm going to be taking you
to Brian, please mute your audio.
Hello, please, we can't hear you. There's so much noise.
Is the host able to mute everybody?
Take them off the meeting, please.
Yeah. Please, let's mute.
Okay.
So go ahead, ma. Go ahead, ma.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, very well. We can hear you now.
All right, thank you so much. So I'll be taking you through expectations. That is what you need for a successful learning time. Now, for the period of time you'll be undergoing this program, I have a list of things you would need for a successful learning time, and it's very, very, they will be very, very helpful if you can have all of this available. Now, the very first on my list is a laptop. You will need a laptop to work, to join meetings, and just like it was rightly mentioned by my colleague who spoke before me, you need to download the Microsoft Teams app, and it's free. So you have this on your laptop, not on your phones. Using your phone will not be appropriate. It will be good you use a laptop, a PC, and then having a Microsoft Teams app downloaded. I believe some of us here already have it, because even the webinar right now is going on Microsoft Teams, and that's the platform you'll be using even for your classes for the period of time you'll be taking this program. And then the third on my list is a very good internet connection. It's very, very good. You have a good internet connection. This will help you, avail you access to to classes. And then also you would need a serene environment, a noise-free environment, like you observed just a few minutes ago. Once there's a lot of noise coming from the background, it becomes difficult for you to listen, and you will not only be disturbing yourself, you'll be disturbing others as well. So it's good you have a noise-free environment, so as to be able to enjoy your classes. And then another thing I want to point out to you is to commit a minimum of 15 hours of your time every week. This means every day you'll be committing 3 hours of your time to classes. And usually our classes, the RPA classes runs from 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. Nigerian time, so which is just 3 hours. And you do this 5 times a week, which is Mondays through Fridays. So 15 hours, minimum of 15 hours, you would need to commit to learning throughout the period of time you'll be undergoing this program. Also, during the program, it's expected that you participate on hands-on activities whereby you would have to demonstrate what your instructor has taught you or will be teaching you. From time to time, you'll be expected to demonstrate, to put to work, demonstrate what your instructor must have taught you. It's very, very important, which is why the very first on my list is a laptop. You would need this because you have to share your screen to show others, to show your instructor what you have learned so far, and to demonstrate that you can also use it as well. Now, also, it's expected that you deliver tasks assigned to you appropriately at the right time when you are given assignment, because your instructor will be giving you assignments, will be giving you class activities. It's expected you deliver appropriately and at the right time. And the last on my list is one of the things I want you to also expect is there will be a need for problems sharing in class. There might one of you, or yes, a student can have a problem, and then it will not just be left for your instructor alone to attend to that. It will be something you share, you collaborate within the class, and then get it solved. So it's expected that you all be on your toes to get problems shared, solved. That's all I have on my list for now. And I believe if we have all of this available for the program, you would have a successful learning time. And that's all from me for now. Thank you so much for your audience.
Thank you, Mrs. Joyce. We appreciate that. I believe we have all listened to what is required of us during this training. The last thing she said is related to teamwork. So collaboration is the new oil for every sector. So make sure you are ready to work with others to ensure you have a successful training time. So I'm going to go back to our CEO now. He's going to share with us the opportunities with IMARC. Now, he has told us about the opportunities in RPA globally. So, sir, tell us, what are the specific opportunities? I know you've mentioned a bit of it, so you may want to expatiate on that. Tell us the opportunities with IMARC Academy. Thank you, sir. In case you are speaking, sir, you are muted.
Okay. One of the important thing that Mrs. Obide mentioned is the collaboration. So when you start this class, everybody in this class will be given a code. The first class was, they already started 0001. Your guys are going to be 4 zeros and 2. So in effect, those people who finish the class will always be people who can always work together. We will leave the platform eternally open so that in the future somebody may have an opportunity somewhere And then he said, said, oh, Mr. Okeje, and said, do you have, Amara, do you have this? And then we have an opportunity somewhere where you can now, you'll be able to help each other. But besides that, if you work even on different programs, you can have a problem on your job and they say do this and you think you've done it, you can post it on that platform. And one of the people in your class, I mean, you always have this, you have teams, you probably go there 10 times a day on your phone. When Aware needs my help, or he has a problem, you can solve it. In some cases, you can be the one that solves somebody's problem. In some cases, you are the one that has a technical problem to solve, and where your people are helping you to collaborate to that. So we're going to offer that platform. The people that study here, you are basically divided into two groups. Everybody is welcome. And another thing is, fortunately, there's no economic requirement for this course. Even if you have never gone to school before, as long as you can study very well and pass this exam, you don't need to have school start. If you're really, really brilliant and dedicated and ready to really learn, you are welcome. Because if you pass the exam, you are an RPA developer. You get the certificate from UiPath. The exam, the way we do it is there are two exams. The first part is 150. The second part is 200. Whether you are with us or without,
sorry to cut in. By 150, considering that Nigeria, we have mostly Nigerian audience. By 150, did you mean dollars or naira?
Oh, $150. $150 is for the first exam. 200 is for the second exam. For those who have committed to work with us, when you pass the first exam, we are not going to pay you anything. But immediately you pass the second exam and you're on our list, we're going to wire your $150 to you back, and then welcome you into at that point, you transition from being a IMAX student to a Grandida employee. You will welcome you into the Grandida LLC family. And then the next day, you're going to start your orientation. Means that you're going to come to work. You're going to spend 8 hours working with. So we'll want to do it in groups of 5. So we don't want you will have the permanent group that for your class always. We're going to form one for all of you. So which you always have access to because you're a member of that class forever. But then for the groups, we are going to, those who want to work with us, you'll be in groups of 5, where you can now even have more closer synergy and with each other, where you can, help each other. And you'll be doing competition and you'll be doing collaboration. And if possible, what we'll try to do is put everybody in each group, but it might not be possible on the same project, so that you'll be working together so you can say, okay, after work, so, how do we do that? And you've got to get the job done. So other things we plan to do, like I mentioned, we're going to give you computer. When you now start a job, you're not going to have one computer. You're going to have 2 computers. You're going to have inverters so that you are not going to say, oh, God, there's no electricity, because the client doesn't want to care about that. They don't want to know problems that Nigeria, the intermittency or the infrequency of electricity is none of their problem. They just want their work done. So you have, we're thinking how we're going to make sure you have, let's say you have an inverter that has enough electricity to power your router and your laptop for 1 week, so that you have internet and you'll be able to work on your laptop so you just need to make sure once a week you charge your inverter. You charge your inverter so that people can work, you can do your job. We'll give you 2 internet, not the same company. To get one, we'll get another, but something is coming to Nigeria soon. Starlink by Elon Musk company, they say it's coming to Nigeria. it costs a lot, but it's worth it because it's very, very robust. So that means you have the kind of internet you didn't even, you've been working with the kind of bandwidth where you probably normally have in the United States, like you can watch, so you'll have that. With the internet we want to have is unlimited. And what you're doing, your orientation, besides the 50,000 Naira a month, we also get 20,000 Naira a month for data. So basically, you actually be getting 70 for your job. So what else? And after, it depends on how your level of readiness. Some people may place early. If we think this guy comes to work every day, busts his chops, and we see that he's really very talented, then we're going to place you. It may not be 6 months. So, but if we think, you don't want to do the work that's required, we don't want somebody who will lose us a contract, we're going to wish you well in everything else you do somewhere else. So we have to let you go. So that is what we offer at Grandida. I think I will talk way past my time.
Thank you, sir. So you've also talked about some conditions.
Mr. Moderator,
for access.
Already.
Yes, sir.
Before you can jump and let me have my address, I have to drop off and go to another meeting in about 5 minutes.
It's fine, sir.
So let's take my so that I can take a leave.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
go ahead, sir.
Mr. Bruce, your money is to talk.
Okay. Hello, everybody. My name is Victor Droshomo, and I'm Mr. Gabriel Shoba and this partner on this venture. We run a few companies together. And I thank you all for the attendance. And I want to encourage you, you've heard of the opportunities, and I want you to encourage you to take advantage of it, key into it, and I don't think you will regret it. Grandida, we are employment of labor as it is already in Nigeria. We can do the same thing we are doing there, go get people on Fiverr or take it to Philippines or other countries that have a labor pool. But we, being from Nigeria ourselves, we decided that we're going to do this in Nigeria, we know that the situation in Nigeria, you have high unemployment situation, and we want to do our bit to reduce it. And this particular opportunity we are presenting to you today is a way to empower you as an individual, because essentially it frees you up from the Nigerian economy, which people don't know where it's going. You don't have to be roaming the streets of Nigeria or knocking on doors to look for employment. You can get your certification here, and then you can be in the comfort of your home or wherever you dwell to work anywhere. And that we are able to facilitate, and we are able to get you employed to do that, as my partner has explained earlier. So look at it as a way to empower yourself. I don't know how many of you here are employed already, and just looking for another opportunity, or how many are not even employed at all. But it's a way to empower yourself, and it's for all and sundry. My son is going to take the course in the coming one, and he is in University of Central Florida studying aerospace engineering. So, but that doesn't, that is not a precondition, but it's for him to take advantage of the trend that is that is evolving in the technology industry. One day he might find himself, designing robotics for the aerospace industry. But you don't even have to have that kind of background, as my partner explained. So I want to encourage all of you I know your youngsters here to key in and get your certification. The one showstopper that I keep hearing from the people that have asked to join the program is the issue of payment of exam fees. You have to do everything you have to do that. And if once you pass it, as my pastor said, we reimburse you the money. So you have to go all the way out on your own, borrow from wherever, knowing that you are going to get the money back from us. You can ask those who have passed. We are not late in paying them. They get paid right away. You can even ask those who we employ in Nigeria. We are not late by a day in paying their salary. We don't delay in doing that. So you can be rest assured that you'll get reimbursed. So just key in and do what you have to do to get yourself certified. And that's all I have. I wish everybody over there in Nigeria a good evening, and I'll go on mute because I have to dial into another call now. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. It was good having you. That's our MD and our CEO's partner. All right, so I'm going to go back to us. Yeah, just hold on your question. There's a time for question and answers. So we're going to get to that. So I'm going to go back to our CEO right away. Sir, Mr. Emmanuel, I don't know if he's still here. Do you want him to speak now?
Hello, sir. Hello, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, it's about the registration that I wanted to ask the question.
Oh, there's still time for question and answer. So we're trying to finish up the slide and then we could go to question and answer. Just hold on a little bit.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome. Over to you, sir. Mr. Gabriel.
No, I was asking is Emmanuel Kolawole here?
Yeah, he showed up his hand earlier. Are you still here, Mr. Emmanuel?
Good evening, everyone.
Yeah, good evening.
Good evening. Okay. Do you have a few words to say?
Yes, I think I should just say one or two things. We've all said it also. I just want to chip one or two things into it. I will just say thank you for this opportunity. It's a great opportunity, and I'm so happy that it's by Nigerians, though not in Nigeria, but by Nigerians giving back to the nation. Okay, I am the community leader or the chapter leader, UIPA chapter leader for Lagos State. And one of my passion or what prompted me to start the challenge you mentioned earlier is to get a lot of people into robotics process automation space in our home country. And really, it's been a great thing. And I know that so many people long for this kind of opportunity you are giving out. I didn't get this kind of opportunity. If I had had this kind of opportunity 4 years ago, I think I would have jumped right into it. So I'm just going to encourage everyone on this call to take this very, very serious. I don't work for the company presently, but listening to what has been said, I really can say, or I really will say that this is a great opportunity. And I'm just going to appreciate the team for putting this together, and also to encourage every Nigerian on this call to take this very, very serious. And there are thousands of opportunity in the RPA space because we don't have plenty of RPA developers in Nigeria. And I can say there are thousands of opportunity. So please, guys, I will beg you guys. Now I'm not saying you should, but I'm begging you because this is a one-time opportunity, and I would say you should take this very, very serious. Thank you, sir, for the opportunity to speak.
Thank you,
Thank you so much, Mr. Thank you very much for that vote of confidence. And so the conditions for, I just need to mention, is it my turn yet, Mr. Korede?
Yeah, so we're going to go, what you'll be saying now will lead us to question and answer. So that's why we're going to close tonight. So you can go ahead, sir.
Okay, so like I said, it's not automatic. The first thing I mean, On your own, you can do it. Even if you have nothing, there's nobody that is bad from taking this class. Even if you've never seen the inside of the school before, and you have it in your mind that you can do it, I believe you can do it. Because there's nobody doing this thing that has 2 heads of breathing fire. So whatever anybody can do, doesn't have 2 heads and is not breathing fire, you can do. You just have to put a whole lot more initial effort. There comes a time you catch up or you are close enough that it becomes immaterial, the seeming advantage they have. If you put it to you, there'll be a day when you have your moment of epiphany, your eureka moment where you say, oh my God, because you might be intimidated at first, but you keep putting the effort, one day you just say, hey, I got it. I mean, so this is what everybody's doing about. And you could actually from there leapfrog yourself to as high as you want and become, but the better you are in this, the money goes to extraordinary talent. I mean, if you have extraordinary talent, there's no limit to where you can go. You understand? And one of the things we also we're mentioning is to do this, you have to tell us right at the get-go that you want to work with us. It's not like you finish the exam, then you come to us and we're going to say no, because you had 8 weeks to think about it. That means you just want us to pay your $350 and you want to bail. That's what it looks to us. So we're not going to have you. But once we have you and you finish on time, and what we're going to do is take you, like I said, through the orientation for 6 months. During that period, what you do is you come to work every day on time. You put in your 8 hours. We want to see you in your group of 5. That's you want to emerge as somebody who is a good contributor, who's learning and who is also teaching members of your group and making sure, you do your bit as much as possible. You'll have to build 2 portfolios, 2 big portfolios. One will be a collaboration with a member of your group. One will be a competition. I mean, one be by you only. For those, and the people in this current orientation, they actually register for 6 courses, and there are ongoing certifications you can take that we think, or courses we think will help you entrench your position professionally. So we're going to do all those. So those are the things you do, but part is educational to increase your knowledge base. The other is to increase your degree of professionalism. So that at the point that we just say, oh, we have Abdullahi, we give him to a company, they say, yeah. When it gets there, even your confidence will show because you're not going scared to that, like, oh, what am I up against? So you have been seasoned. You will know you can do the job. You've done projects. You know what I mean? You've done your portfolio. You built something, and you built with somebody, and you built one single. And you've taken part in a lot of weekly competitions and collaborations for all that period. So you know how to compete with people. You also know how to collaborate and work as a team member. So after 3 months doing the job, we are not going to give you anything for the first 3 months. We just want to make sure you are a guy. So we give you all those, only one of everything in 3 months. But the day you start a project, we will replicate all those things into 2. So you have redundancy, not like, oh God, my computer died is where I couldn't come to work. One internet doesn't work. Well, it doesn't work, you have to. You have an inverter you can use to charge your computer, your laptop. So we're going to give you 2 laptops when you start work. You get one in 3 months. So you are not going to have an excuse. And since it's remote job, it's not like you're getting on like my partner mentioned to get on say you're going to car transportation, I'm late for work. Well, this is your house. You're moving from the bedroom to another room and where you have some quiet. It's imperative that you have some quietude in your space so people don't say, hey, If you're married, you may have to talk to your spouse that, listen, I need to get this done. I'm going to need your help. While I'm working for the next few months, we need to keep this thing professional here. Can you keep the kids? Can you make all those arrangements so that, because the client doesn't really care, And after the 3 months, we may actually, if you have clients who are unsure about the talent we have, we may in group just send you to some company, say, okay, listen, so we got Amaka Nwako here, and we think it can blow your mind, and we send people to, you may say, to try him out or try out for two weeks.
I can't hear.
Tell us
The volume is not here.
And another thing is, it's possible if you're exceptional, the client might say, oh, listen, can you get us Adekunle Mohammed? And I will say, sure, what do you want? If it's an American company, they are likely, because we sign a contract with them, they can never employ you. If they do, and we don't know, and we find out about it, we'll make them pay at least 100 times what they will have paid in the first place. We'll sue their ass, and we'll get it. So they are not going to. If you do, they probably tell us. They tell us that you are contacting them and trying to look for a job. We'll just tell you to get lost the next minute. Go and work on your own. So, but if you tell us, if they say they will contact you, tell us, we'll try to get you the very, very best deal you could ever get on your own, because we know what the market is, and they're going to pay us, so it doesn't concern you. We're not going to need to take from whatever they pay you. We could let you go. They may want to keep you in Nigeria. Some say they want you here, then we'll have to negotiate. So what are you going to do? You're going to give him a house, give her a house. What else are you, because somebody coming in new, are you going to call the embassy or get the visa and all this? That is not part of this deal. I'm just saying it's possible, and we will be on your side and work it with you. For those who actually don't work with us, we're also going to look for a job for you. But I would say, even if you don't take you through orientation, you should orientate yourself very well, because you may get a job. You are not likely to last long if you are not like really, really disciplined on your own, and just, don't try to game. If you try to game, they'll figure it out. They'll just fire you. So that's it. Do you have anything I've missed?
No, not really. So we're just going to go straight to questions and answers. We would prefer, because we have quite a number of people in here, so we would prefer that you drop what is it called? Your questions in the chat box, and we will respond to them. I know we may not be able to exhaust all questions for tonight, but as much as possible, if there are other queries, you may send it to the email address you have been receiving correspondence from, and we will get back to you. So I will look into the comments box now and then pick a few questions. Some of these questions have been responded to. You may have gotten direct response. Yeah. Some people are asking how many hours will they commit in a week. So it has been mentioned that you just need 3 hours in a day during the period of your training, 3 hours in a day for 5 days.
No, well, that's the minimum.
Yes.
For 3 hours of class to be really good, you have to now commit a lot of time to studying and getting good, and really learning it. So just coming to class, I mean, if you are smart, the exam is not particularly hard. I don't think so. I haven't taken it. But what I learned is 70% of the people that take the exam pass it. So the exam costs money. So before you take it, make sure you're on your own to taking the exam. Until you pass both, we're not gonna help you in any way. Yeah. So I would say you need a whole lot more hours than the classroom hours. So, but you need 15 hours in the classroom every week.
Okay, thank you, sir. Now, a few people, we've had few persons ask about when the exams are to come up. The exams are to come up before your orientation. So there are 2 exams to take. The first one, which gives you the first certificate, and the second one, which is the advanced exam, which gives you the second certificate. So there are 2 exams before your orientation. Your orientation period, you cannot get into that if you have not indicated, and most of us have done that already. If you have not indicated that you will be working with IMAC, you would not be able to get in. So 2 exams before your orientation. That answers the question. Now, there was someone that tried to unmute himself to ask a particular question. So I will just allow you for now to ask your question directly, and then we go to other questions in the chat box. So unmute yourself if you are still here, ask the question quickly.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Good evening, everyone.
My name is Emmanuel Felix Damshi.
I can't hear. Is it
Just go
only
ahead.
me?
On when will the first... Hello?
Yeah, Emmanuel, go ahead, please.
Hello?
Go ahead, Emmanuel. We can
Yes,
hear you.
my question is, when will the first examination fees be paid? When will the first examination fees be paid?
Okay, sir. Our CEO, sir, is asking about the payments of examinations. Payment for
You know,
examinations.
you can take the exam anytime. I'll tell you something. Most of the people that passed the first class we had, this is the second one, they didn't actually wait for the second class to finish. They passed the 2 exams before the end of the second. There are 2 classes. The part 1, they took the first one and they realized, heck, man, I can pass the second one. They just went, someone went maybe a week after he passed the first one. He actually told me he could have passed most of them, you know, in about, you know, way before. So some people, you just see because you can go on your own pace. You don't have, there's a classroom, but you have all the course content also. You have access to all of it. So you don't have to wait for anybody. It's just say, heck, man, I'm just going to break my, but we want to give structure, but we don't, you can go outside our structure and just speed way ahead of everybody and pass. And just say, hey, I passed, you know, and then you come to us, then we'll be ready to welcome you into Randida family. So it's up to you. When you take the course, it's totally up to you only.
Okay, thank you, sir. So all of this is based on remote
Good
work. Your training is remote, the orientation period is remote, and also your placement to work is also remote. They are pretty much remote. Okay, one more person to ask a question directly. One more person.
Hello.
Yeah, go ahead quickly.
Hello. Yes, hello. Good evening, sir. Please,
yes,
I want to ask, how do we indicate interest in working with your leader family, please?
All right. So a quick response to that. You by the time you were coming in, you had a form. There was a form you filled, and in that form, we had asked if you will be interested in working with IMAC. So we're going to follow the responses we got from there.
Hello. Okay. Can I go ahead, please?
Yeah, quickly. Go ahead quickly. We're going to shut down this meeting in a few minutes.
Actually, that's the reason why.
All right. So the next person, go ahead quickly. We're shutting this meeting down in a few minutes.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. I'm really happy to be on this platform. My question is, looking at it from the perspective we have been brought from, even though most like we have a lot,
all right, so your audio is not clear. You may want to type it, or alternatively, now let me say this to everyone. Alternatively, if you are still having issues or if you still have questions, just send an email to recruitment@imacacademy.tech. I'm going to type that in the chat box, recruitment@imacacademy.tech. You can send in your questions or your queries. We're going to respond to them. We have to close now. CEO, sir, do you still have any other thing to add?
No, I just want to thank you all. I think this is something doable. I have faith in all of you that you can do it. It's not going to be a cakewalk. That's all. You just have to know, okay, this could take 9 months of my life. You have to decide, is it worth it? If you decide it's worth it, then don't take any half step. No half stepping. Just do it, give it the best, give it your all. And I think the result will be good. It doesn't matter. You have the certification, you're set. You'll have something you didn't have before. You'll have something that, I mean, the countries that are looking for people with skills, certain skills. I mean, I was advising somebody wanted to go to Canada. I mean, in Canada, if you have this skill, you can put it on the thing, they will probably let you in just on your own, because they need you, because they know you make more money than, you're not going to be a burden to their economy. You're going to make money and pay taxes. So the countries that, just for that alone, the other benefits here and there. I mean, but for us, we have this number. I know we've signed off about 500 people. I know for sure we won't be able to take 500, but we'll take all those ones that we deem are really ready and they've committed everything they can. All those ones, yes. We'll do the best to keep those. And and thank you so much, everyone.
Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you, Mrs. Joyce. Thank you, Dr. Obideyi. Thank you, Mr. Victor, our MD. Thank you, Mr. Timileyin, our technical officer. Thank you, everyone, for coming in tonight. I would like to say that you can do this, just like our CEO said, and I would like to say that you must regularly check your mails, inbox, spam, or promotion, so you don't get to miss anything before it is too late. So we want to wish you a wonderful night's rest. Quite a number of us are currently in Nigeria, and those of us outside Nigeria, or those of us outside West Africa, do have a good day. Thank you for joining in. For those who are requesting for the recording, we'll see to that and we'll get in touch with you via email. So can you unmute and say you are excited, to make us understand that you're excited about this already?
I'm very excited.
I'm very excited.
I'm excited. I'm very excited.
Great.
I'm excited.
Thank you so much for the opportunity.
You're welcome. You're welcome on behalf of the team.
That's very great.
All right. So
Thank you very much. We appreciate
Thank you.
Good night.
Thank you very much.
Good
Thank you.
An opportunity like this long time.
Thank you very much. Appreciate, sir.